Möttes av sol ovanför. Men mycket mer än du och jag ser. Mycket mer än vi känner och hör.
In today's episode, how do you do, Interpapas, and welcome. So today, in the evening, I'm going home. Me and Magnus are going to Martin's to have, dinner, video, hangout. Before that, I am going to make Madeleine cookies. Remember yesterday when I got in the second-hand store where I found that pan, the Madeleine pan, looks like this. And I think that's the sort of secret to Madeleine cookies, because it's just some sort of almond cookies that you make. It seems kind of easy, so I'm going to try it now. And you going to try it with me. This is what you're going to need. You're going to need almond flour, regular flour, cornstarch, some sort of vegan milk, brown sugar, coconut butter, or oil, I don't know what to call that. Baking powder, vanilla, salt, and lemon juice. That's it. Oh, and of course you will be needing this, because there's a certain shape that sort of is 90%, I guess, of the cake. So you start by melting 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, and then you add 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And the only reason I'm doing this in a pan is because I was melting the olive oil. So you can do it in a bowl if you sort of want to melt the butter somewhere else and then pour it into a bowl, but I'm lazy. And then you add a tablespoon of lemon juice, 1/2 a cup of vegan milk, 1/2 a tablespoon of vanilla powder. You could do more. This is just, they said to have a pod of vanilla, and I haven't got that, so I guessed. And then you add 2/3 of a cup of almond flour. Then you whisk in 1/3 of a cup of regular flour. And then you add 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. 1. Imagine the rest. Then you add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Is that the half one? Yes, that's the half one. And then you add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And when that is done, you put this in the fridge for about 20 minutes to thicken. Meanwhile, you start your oven. So I first heard about Madeleine cookies when I read about Marcel Proust's books, In Search of the Time That's Past, In Search of something. I didn't read the books, mind you. I bought the books because I was very pretentious then. But then I read about the cookies. Now I can't really remember why the cookies are mentioned. It's something with remembrance, I guess. I'm not sure. Let's go check out. So the Madeleine, or Petite Madeleine, is a traditional small cake from Commercy and Liverdun, 2 communes at the Lorraine region in northeast France. Madeleine is a very small sponge cake with distinctive shell-like shape, acquired from being baked in pans with shell-shaped depressions. Anyway, in A Search of Lost Time, also known as Remembrance of Things Past, author Marcel Proust uses Madeleines to contrast involuntarily memory with voluntarily memory. I will now try to read part of it. No sooner had the warm liquid mixed with the crumbs touched my palate than a shudder ran through me, and I stopped, intent upon the extraordinary thing that was happening to me. An exquisite pleasure had invaded my senses, something isolated, detached, with no suggestion of its origin. And at once the what the fuck is that? Vicissitudes of life had become indifferent to me. Its disasters innocuous, its brevity illusory. Yes, this is going great. This new sensation having had on me the effect which love has of filling me with the precious essence, or rather, fantastically entertaining, isn't it? In vicissitudes. I'm gonna make someone explain what the fuck that is. Okay, people, are you ready? Are you ready?
Vicissitude.
Vicissitude. Vicissitude. Well, fuck you. So what I'm doing now is I'm buttering the pan with olive oil. No, with coconut oil. And it's sort of just to, well, make it not non-stick. And I guess this already is non-stick, but it can't be too safe with the first time you make anything. So, arrivederci, as they say. No, this is French food, damn it. Bonjour. So the oven is hot enough and it's got 20 minutes has passed. This is supposed to turn, I don't know if it has turned out. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. I don't know. I never made this before. It's a little bit runny, isn't it? Well, I read the recipe and it said it was supposed to thicken. I thought it would thicken a bit more, but maybe not. So I'm going to use an ice cream scoop. Where do I have it? Where is it? Can't find it. There it is. An ice cream scoop and scoop up and put in this. And I'm not going to show you. Well, I might show you if it goes very easily. Otherwise not. No, I can't resist. I have to show you. This is the first one. I don't know why. No, is it? What? I don't know. So there is some left on the bottom of the pan, but these I can't put more in because I think they will overflow anyway when they start cooking. So now into the preheated oven they go. It's 180 degrees Celsius. Fahrenheit, Celsius. Fuck. Celsius, yes, Celsius. In they, oh god, this is hot. Fuck. Into the oven they go. For how much? I don't know. Okay, for 25 minutes, which gives me just enough time to sort of go on my cross trainer and then come here, take them out, and go back on the cross trainer for 5 minutes. No, yes. Okay, people, they are supposedly done. And if they're done well, there's supposed to be some sort of rice in the middle. That has not happened. Well, you can see some of it. And on that as well. But I think they are done, so let's turn off this motherfucker and take them. Oh, it smells fantastic. So I'm going to leave them out to cool. Oh, they're hard anyway, so. But if some of our scene is sort of like this, turns into sort of a little, almost like a small hill. But that thing, I think, is when you sort of, you put the whole thing, you fill the batter in, then you put it in the fridge. I don't know for how long. So the batter is really cool. So then it starts to sort of, when you start heating it, it's sort of, the last piece that goes warm is in the center, and that's why that goes up, I think. Yes, back to the cross trainer. Can you see? Sweat. I'm gonna make you sweat. Isn't that a song? For the first time ever, I made Madeleine cookies. There's just one thing left. I let them cool and then I've turned them out. Well, I have to sort of use this to get them out. You're supposed to dust them with powdered sugar, and I will do that later. I'll let them cool first. I'm going to try Madeleine cake for the first time. Anyway, for the first time that I know of. I might have had them other times. I'm not sure. This is the first time I baked them. They're really good. They're really not that sweet. I wonder how they would taste if you sort of infuse them with something like liqueur. Or dip them into, because they're rather dry. They're good. The most shocking thing is that they're not as sweet as I thought they would be, which is good. And anyway, I bet there are other recipes that are sweeter or more moist, but it's quite good. It's like a sort of sponge cake that's been molded, pressed together or something. Now I'm waiting for Magnus to sort of text me and say he's on his way for me to go out. And when I'm waiting, I am gonna remove all the pockets from these new tank tops I bought, because I really don't like that. I mean, I love this pattern, but this is just silly, right? So remove it, I will. Look at that, how much more fun it is than that. That just ruins it. So this is a reenactment, but the fucker doesn't. So now he's. Now it's pasta time.
Oh,
This
fine.
pasta is called olivio e aglio, I think.
Oh,
Olives and garlic.
is it olives in it?
Olive oil.
Yeah, that's okay.
And here's the
For the pasta, red wine.
marcadi. How do you find your first
It was
Madeleine?
very good.
Yeah?
Yeah, very smushy. No, yeah, like a sugar cake.
Yep. Martin?
Yes?
How did you like your first Madeleine cake ever?
I like
Cookie?
it very much because it's very soft inside.
Yes?
It's like a little, not wet, but what she said that,
Moist?
is moist inside. And I feel it's very pleasure for me to sit here.
So now we are trying
You don't have time for that. You're going to Google ounce.
Oh, am I the one who's
I
good?
have these ones.
Well, is everything under control?
No, but it never is.
Yes. Do you know, because we suddenly got the feeling that Martin is not living here, because he seems sort of lost in the kitchen.
I'm living here. Amuba, mama, I'm a little mama.
Is it?
Yeah. Had the count on the tree.
What's the name of the movie?
What's the name of the game?
Nej, det är fel. Cocktail.
Cocktail.
Tom Cruise.
And the song is then Hakuna Matata. Ay, yakalikiwayo, takalayo,
Chickaboo.
mama.
Möttes av sol ovanför. Men mycket mer än du och jag ser. Mycket mer än vi känner och hör.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, this is good.
It gets so much sweeter than...
So
Yes.
much sweeter than I thought it would be.
Jag skulle ha krossad is kanske. Du vet, krossad.
Okay.
He says something about crushed
Jag
ice.
förstår inte riktigt.
Crushed ice. That's crushed ice.
Crushed ice. Oh yes, yes. Thank you. Say something about thank you for coming here, and I'm so glad you're leaving because it's 3:30 in the morning.
I'm very glad that you was here tonight, but I'm very glad that you are leaving now because I'm a little bit tired.
Magnus is getting his bike ready. The sun is the disco. The sun is coming back.
It's a lamp.
It's a lamp. Right, Magnus? He's a shy guy. Look, it's morning. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow. I love you. Tomorrow.